Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Thursday. All right, guys, so I wanted to apologize about not doing a live today. I have my mom in town. She came in town to help out with our little fur babies because we are flying out to Los Angeles for literally less than 72 hours and we have a lot going on. If you're not a part of the members only, trust me when I say you want the behind the scenes on this one, it's going to be interesting. Now, with that, I wanted to spend some time with my mom because I only have today and tomorrow with her. So I did, however, want to put a pre-record up for you guys. Sorry about the rant, but we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County, not just last night's episode, but also Heather Dubrow, who's revealing the biggest surprise of season 17, and she's talking about Bethenny trying to unionize the reality TV stars. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I say smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, you guys. So we're going to start with the Heather Dubrow of it all because this episode was, well, you know what I mean. So let's get back to Heather Dubrow. She was actually offering an update on her husband, Dr. Terry Dubrow, and this is nice to be able to hear that he is okay, because you never want anybody to go through things. But she said it was very scary and thank God he's okay. And what's really great is what he has was so fixable. She was addressing his recent health scare. He had a PFO, which is basically a hole in your heart. So if you have a clot in your lower extremities and it goes up, it crosses over between the two sides of the heart and can go up into the brain. Had he thrown a second clot, it could have killed him. Only 1 in 5 people live from these kinds of events. Ooh. Although the health scare could have been fatal, Heather confirmed Terry's issue has been since patched and fixed. It was terrifying, but he's good. He's great. He feels stronger and more powerful than ever. All right. It's after the reunion. I have a few things to get through before then, but she said she has a breakdown scheduled for September 8th. That's what she means when she's saying, the breakdown is coming after the reunion. Heather then applauded Bethenny's efforts to start a union for the reality stars. I am a union member. I'm in SAG-AFTRA and Equity, and I think conversations like this are incredibly important and needed. So I'm glad that this conversation has been started and will continue. I think Bethenny's an amazing person, and she is so good at advocating for the underdog and the undeserved, and that's what she'll continue to do. Speaking of her highly talked about IMDb page, which came amid her and Taylor's movie role feud, Heather said it was unexpected. What I'll tell you is I've gotten so many DMs from actors near and far just saying, wow, what a shitty thing to do. Yeah, it wasn't nice. And then to take it a step further, I went on Watch What Happens Live and I was asked a viewer question about Taylor's acting. And I said, I thought she did a great job. I really did. I thought she did great. The whole thing. And then she put some not very kind things on social media. It just baffles me. But it wasn't her biggest surprise of the Real Housewives of Orange County season. That was simply how south everything went with her castmates. I don't even think I understood in the moment how south everything was going. And just when I thought it was a safe, to go back in the water kind of place, it was not. I don't know. Maybe I'm a moron. I had no idea. It's been very sad to watch Tamra's comments because I had no idea from moment one, from the very first episode, she was saying things that were really not nice about me. Wow. When Heather was then asked point blank if Tamra is two-faced, she replied, well, clearly, because she was saying one thing to my face and another thing behind my back. Now, according to Heather, she was especially disappointed in the comments that Tamra made about the Fireside Network that she launched with Mark Cuban. I didn't like that Tamra was talking negative about Fireside. I've been working on that a long time, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished. Where's it going? I don't know. This is what we do. We try things out. We see where they go. There used to be a code. No careers, no kids. There's no code. But moving on to Shannon, Heather shot down the idea that she was the sole cast member responsible for the speculation surrounding Shannon's relationship with John Jansen, which that is fair because Heather got a lot of blame for this shit, and I don't agree with it at all. How the hell did Heather get all the blame for it? I mean, Emily got a little bit, but Emily got right back in there. Shannon knew to set her sights on Heather, and that was going to be the way that she was going to form her alliance with Tamra. That's exactly what this was. Nothing against Shannon. She's playing the game. This is how it goes. This is my life. Ah, this is my life. Ah. Girl, you are playing the game. Yes, it's your life, but it's a very embellished version. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. Let's get back into your life. She's still out there saying the same narrative that everything's my fault. I saw a clip from Watch What Happens Live when she was on and someone asked, why is it okay for Tamara to talk about Jennifer Pedrante's relationship, but Heather can't talk about your relationship? And she sort of fumbled a little bit and then said, it's different. And that Tamara didn't talk about Jen's relationship. It was Emily and Gina's fault. So it's like, I mean, if you hear her talk, she's always right. Tamara is always right. And no one's always right. Throughout the season, although the blame was put on Heather, numerous cast members were seen discussing Shannon and John. They all brought it up on camera. Everyone's saying, Heather's saying it, Heather's saying it. But I want you to pay close to two conversations, close attention, that Emily has with Shannon and everyone has with each other. And you'll see that's not true. But regarding Shannon's claims of being a better housewife, Heather signaled to her inability to showcase her real life for the cameras. I think that was the problem that the other cast members were complaining about, was like, we have to show our lives. Why aren't you showing yours? I think that was definitely an issue. And I agree with Heather on that. That was Emily's issue. Like Shannon in last night's episode, when Emily told her, you're like two different people, Shannon. You're like Jekyll and Hyde. And Shannon's like, right? So then from there, she ends up hanging up. And then she ends up going to lunch with her. And it's like, she's like, I have a normal relationship that has problems. Emily, you know, like, why don't you talk about your problems? You have problems with Shane. And she's like, I talk about my problems with Shane. You understand? That is our point. We talk about our shit. Why aren't you talking about yours? It's not fair. This happens on a lot of the different franchises where sometimes if you are so good at being like, look over there and give the drama, you don't really have to showcase what's over here. I.e., Lisa Rinna, hello, one of the best villains on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was the best. She literally carried the torch to take down everyone in her path. And in doing so, we didn't talk about the husband. Nobody talked about her mortgages or what the attorney on Twitter put out there. We didn't talk about that. But we didn't talk about that because we didn't have to talk about that because she was so busy in everybody else's storyline and it kept the machine going. Wow. This 4 shots of espresso, I mean, they've hit. And I'm feeling good on this one. So now, getting back to the recap, Shannon did reveal that she has her relationship issues. And when she did, she was talking about how John Jansen's kids don't like her. Yes, they have normal fights. And she's like, you know, at the end of the day, it just didn't work out anyways. No offense to her. But she accuses Heather of being manipulative. She's saying that Heather is pretty much this manipulative person who is trying to get this narrative out there and take her down. That is not what I saw from this. Even when Heather was trying to explain, and she's like, John Jansen's a private person. And she's like, stop it with that. He's not a private person. He's been on camera. He's filmed with you. He's been out here. You know what your problem is, Shannon? Your problem is you tell us things and you can't remember. Cue over to Emily's confessional. And I was like, oh shit, you guys are going to trigger this woman. And Emily was like, you know, after you get a DUI, you have one of those breathalyzers in your car to start your car. Shannon needs one on her phone. All right. So after the Jekyll and Hyde and after all of this, then we get the Dubrows. The Dubrows sold their home for $55 million with the etched embryos in the glass wall and all. Moving over to LA to the penthouse. I believe it was $14, $16, or $18 million. It doesn't matter because at this point, it's a shit ton more money than I'll ever see in my life. But selling for $55 million. Holy shit. Like, she really is she's on a different level, you know? It is true. Like, she belongs in Beverly Hills. And when she was talking about, there were 3 things that she wanted right now. She wanted to find another place or she wanted to find a home in LA so she can get back into her acting career. She wanted to sell her home. And then third, she's like, I can't disclose that yet. I'm like, third is she wants to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This is so obvious and we can see it. And I think it's great. I think she is a much better fit for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills than she is for the Real Housewives of Orange County. And if we're letting Taylor cross over there, then why don't we let Heather cross over there? Heather was never fired. Just saying. But another relationship that I wanted to showcase here was Jennifer Pedrante's with her kids, especially her adopted son. She is like the sweetest mom ever. She was asking her son, do people ever ask you why your mom looks different? Do they pick on you at school? Do they ask you questions? And he's like, no. And she's like, that's good. That's good. And then she was telling him about his birth mom and how beautiful she is. That woman, and she's fostering kittens. She has a heart of gold. Like, I don't even see how anyone could attack her. And when they're sitting at this tequila thing for Shannon's event, which I didn't think anybody would end up showing up to this, but when they're at the tequila event, Jennifer looks at Shannon. She's like, I'm so sorry, Shannon. Nobody should attack your relationship like that. And Tamara's like, right, nobody. It's disgusting. And I'm like, Tamara, you're giving me whiplash, girl, but you are bringing in the ratings gold, so I don't care. Give us the whiplash because you're definitely giving us something to think about and talk about. And we do have Emily back doing what she talked about last season, which is she wants to help people who have been wrongfully convicted, kind of like Kim Kardashian, but restore their lives, get their lives back, be able to have careers, help people who should not have been put into the system to begin with. And I really commend her for that. And I think that Emily will do amazing at that. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Go ahead and comment below. Let us know what you think. And more importantly, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.